Hi, this is Chef Adam Baird with the Habit Burger Grill. This summer, I'm here to take you on a culinary adventure through California. Today, we're going to showcase the Southern California region, featuring a char-grilled chicken Recado taco, an avocado pico de gallo, and char-grilled elote street corn. Okay, now we're going to make the avocado pico de gallo. Typically, pico de gallo is more of a fresh salsa, and we put a twist on this by adding the avocados. I nabbed a few fresh avocados from the Habit Burger Grill, where we use fresh avocados every day. These are Californian avocados, in fact, and they're beautifully ripe. This is fresh lime juice. I'm gonna add a little bit more. This is a little citrus squeezer. Use it for any citrus, and it helps with limes because limes are actually really kind of hard to juice. I'm actually gonna put a little bit of sugar in, which is a little trick that just sweetens it a little bit, takes off the edge. This is about a tablespoon of sugar. And I'll whisk this real quickly so that the sugar dissolves in the lime juice. So that's all done there now. So now I'm gonna put in red onions. These are finely minced red onions. And they'll actually kind of like change colors and pickle a little bit over time, but it just takes the edge off the kind of raw red onion. I'm not a big red onion raw guy, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in some red chili flakes. These are chilies de arbol, and that'll give it a little bit of a back of the throat heat. Right here I have a pickled jalapeno. You can use raw jalapeno. Diced tomatoes. These are heirloom tomatoes. Half a bunch of cilantro. Just mixing this up, and then I will be putting the avocado in. I use a spoon to get the avocado out. See how beautifully ripe they are? And then, I'm just gonna rough chop these, kind of give it a little, just chunk it, so it doesn't have to be completely like guacamole oftentimes is mushed up. I don't like that, actually. I like to see a little bit of the chunk in there, and you get a nice combination of texture and rich avocado. So I'll go ahead and put this in here now, and I'll mix this up. I like to use a rubber spatula to mix this up. So there's a lot of different flavors in here. I mean, you've got your fresh avocado, which is a fairly neutral flavor, but its oils kind of come out a little bit. But with the lime and the sort of pickled jalapeno and pickled red onions, you've got a really nice balance between sort of the creaminess of the avocado and that citrus twang, that citrus note. So it's a neat item, and then you get that fresh herb flavor from the cilantro. Okay, next we're gonna make what's called a Recado Rojo. This is a sauce that comes from the Yucatan Peninsula, largely used as a marinade. It has a really unique set of ingredients, starting with the core of it, which is called ANNATTO seed. And this is ground ANNATTO seed. And it's commonly used as a dye, a natural dye. It's also used a lot of times in various types of sauces indigenous to Mexico. So this will provide a really nice rojo color, which means red, and it's very earthy. Okay, we also have some pretty neat ingredients. This is ancho chili powder, and that's gonna be kind of the heat and smokiness. And ancho chili is actually a poblano that's been dried and smoked. And I'll run through these, but we're also gonna show you a little thing with garlic that I like to do for marinades and various sauces and things. You just basically smash it, and it does actually release a compound called allicin, which just has a lot of health overtones to it, and it also releases the essential oils and some of the acid in the garlic, and it really releases the flavor. So that'll be for the marinade also. What I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna start with adding the ANNATTO seed, because I need to get that into sort of a paste, and that'll release its color, which is that, again, I had mentioned it's commonly used to dye clothes too. And it's natural, right? So there you have it. I'm gonna use a little bit of water. This is a half cup of water, just to get it going, just to give it some essence to the marinade. And I'm gonna whisk this up. And so you'll see it's got a really, really nice color, adobe kind of color, brick red, We're gonna put this together and marinate the chicken for 4 hours. I like to marinate. You can marinate it overnight. And then we'll actually char grill the chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and add everything in. This is the ancho chili. I'll add in the garlic, okay? And the garlic will steep over time. It'll penetrate into the chicken. Lime juice, orange juice, which is freshly squeezed, and actually orange juice is commonly found in a lot of Hispanic dishes. I like to use it in marinades. It's commonly found in ceviche and various other dishes that you're familiar with. This is a little ALLSPICE, ALLSPICE is a pretty strong flavored spice. I'm gonna put some onions in. Onions just kind of add a little flavor to the marinade. I'm gonna put Mexican oregano. This is apple cider vinegar, which gives it a nice little punch. Similar to what you do in an adobe sauce, which has a lot of vinegar in it. And then I'm just gonna put some kosher salt in. I like to just season to taste. I'm gonna, real quickly, I'm going to just mix this up. I'm gonna go ahead and add the chicken. So this is organic chicken thigh. I'm gonna add this right on in, okay? And then submerge it and mix it. And you'll see the chicken will take on this brick red color, much like a tandoori chicken you'd get at an Indian restaurant. It's got really nice smell to it. I can smell the chili, I can smell the annatto. The citrus is gonna blend really, really nicely with all the components. And again, minimum 4-hour marinade. This we're gonna char grill, and it's gonna be the foundation for our tacos. Okay, now we're gonna make a really neat dish that's commonly found on the streets. It's called Mexican street corn or elote street corn. And we're gonna do this on the char grill. What we're gonna do is keep the corn, some of the corn in its husk. And this way it gets that char sort of smoky flavor. And then I'll clean it off and we'll actually cut it in half and skewer it. It's kind of a neat presentation. The way I do it is with a little bit of a mayonnaise base, so the actual ingredients really stick to the corn. I'm gonna do a couple of things. I'm gonna make up the sauce. Start with the mayonnaise, which it's about 2 cups of mayonnaise here. I'm gonna mix that in. We're gonna add in the chipotle peppers, okay? And this is a puree, or you can get them whole and mince them. It's in an adobe sauce, which is a smoky sauce, and those are basically a smoked chili that are dried also. We're gonna add in the ancho chili powder. Okay, and then a neat little twist I like is smoked paprika. So I'm gonna add that in. And that'll accentuate the char grilling, that smoky flavor. I'm gonna add a little bit of the cheese in, and I'm gonna save some of the cheese for actually garnishing. So some of that cheese goes in, a little bit of a pinch of salt, okay? And then lime juice, really gives it a nice balance. I'm going to then take this and I'm going to whisk it so it forms a real nice paste. Okay, so you got this mixture here, and you just mix it till it's homogeneous or uniform. Just kind of smooth it out, and then that'll be reserved for after we grill. I'm gonna prepare the corn for the grill. I have the grill outside smoking away. I'm just gonna brush this is a little bit of oil, so it just reinforces the char flavor. So just vegetable oil. I'm just gonna season this, and I'm gonna actually just give it a little bit of seasoning. I like to use kosher salt, pretty standard. I'm gonna hit it finally with just a little bit of black pepper. I didn't put any black pepper in the marinade, so I just kind of wanted to put a little bit on. So this is now prepared. We'll take this outside and we're gonna grill it up, and I'll show you how to kind of skewer it for a nice presentation, and we'll garnish it. Okay, so we're outside. It's a lovely day. I have my grill lit, and I am using mesquite wood, which is a hardwood from Texas. It just gives a better flavor. It burns longer and more consistently, in my opinion, than coals. So now we're gonna be doing the elote corn, and I'm just gonna put it on the grill directly. It's in the husks for a reason, so that the husks kind of smoke it out, give it a little bit of char flavor. And so we're all about char grilling at the Habit Burger Grill, as you well know, and we grill at a high heat. Everything's grilled to order. So you'll see we're getting a little bit of smoke on here. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a spray just to get it going. This is just a non-stick vegetable base. And I'll just get these going. You already see you've got some grill marks on there. The husks are starting to smoke out a little bit. So I'm gonna actually just kind of leave these over here in the back part of the grill, just to kind of further smoke. Next, we're going to take our Recado Rojo chicken we marinated inside. Okay, I'm just gonna put it right on the grill, and we have this beautiful marinade, which consists of the different things with chilies and the annatto seed and the citrus and garlic, of course. Okay, so really when you cook proteins, the way that I like to do it is you really only want to flip the proteins one time. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it now, the chicken, and you see it's got a nice little color on it. So yeah, so this is coming out real nice. and it just has just so many different flavors you're gonna impart into the taco. Okay, we're just finishing up char grilling, and we're gonna take this all inside and show you how to plate it up and garnish it, and it should be a tremendous meal. Okay, so I'm gonna put a few tacos. This is a corn tortilla that's been lightly charred. Okay, so I have here the chicken. I'm gonna put a few pieces on. I just sliced it. It's the chicken thigh. So I'm just gonna put a few on to get a nice bite. It's probably about a half a thigh on each of them. You wanna make sure there's a little bit of tortilla left so that, you know, the whole thing doesn't fall out. So then I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna put a little bit of the avocado pico de gallo on, and just like a nice spoonful of that on there. And that's got the lovely citrus flavor of creamy, fresh avocados, a little jalapeno bite, and all the goodness that we put into that. So you see, you got some lovely color here already. I'm gonna go ahead and put the pickled red onions on top. Just kind of cascade them. You're getting some great color out of there. And then I'm just gonna put a little bit of cabbage on. Gives it a little crunch. And then I'll hit it with a little bit of cheese, which is the farmer's cheese. Okay, and then I'm gonna plate 3 of these elote up. I'm just gonna really simply, I'm gonna push this up a little bit. This is just roll it basically, and you know, a good amount. So I'm gonna stand this up right here. Okay, and I do one more. Okay, so there's that one, and then I'll make one more. So we got 3 and 3. I'm gonna garnish it with a little bit more of this cheese. Kind of turn it a little bit and just garnish it. You could garnish it before you put it on the plate, but it's kind of fun to do it that way. So now we have the finished dish, the grilled chicken tacos and the elote street corn. It pairs wonderfully with a red ale. This is a red ale from Southern California. Thanks for watching. Cheers.